Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm doing a pumpkin spice makeup tutorial. This is the look that I came up with. I do this video every single year. It's become an annual thing, so I will link all of my pumpkin spice looks down below. But I do think that this one is my favorite. This one to me is the most wearable. It's very spicy and warm and just So I did use the new Too Faced pumpkin spice palette. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy following along. Please subscribe and let's get into it. My skin is actually kind of dry today. I did do like my whole skincare routine and everything, but it's just feeling a little dry. So I'm gonna go into the Charlotte's Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury. This down here is extra dry, so this will just help to hydrate everything. I'm so excited to do this tutorial. I look forward to it every year. It's become like an annual thing, and I can't wait to play with this palette. When I first got this in the mail, I opened it up and was really excited, but I got it really early. Got it like midsummer to end of summer. So I just like set it aside so that I would remember to use it for this. But yeah, I opened it again today. I was like really excited about it. I think for primer, I'm just gonna use the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. I've really been liking this. I'm just gonna apply this on my skin as a base for everything. And since my skin is really dry today, this should work out really well. Also, it's been 2.5 weeks since I got my brows microbladed. Every single person told me that it is gonna go through quite a few stages. Don't worry, I'm like documenting the whole process. And I go in 2 weeks for my touch up, and everyone told me that they're gonna like completely disappear and it's gonna look like you didn't get anything done. And that's the stage I'm at right now. It looks like pretty much nothing has been done, which if I go back and look at videos, I'm sure they look a little bit fuller, but I'm gonna wait to post my video until I do like the touch up and the recovery from the touch up, just because I feel like that's the full process. It's almost like a 2-month process. Here's where I'm at 2.5 weeks after getting them done. Extremely natural. The girl I went to did such an awesome job, so stay tuned for that video. That should be up probably beginning of November. I know it's gonna be a while, but it'll be worth it. I want to use the MAC Strobe Cream underneath my foundation because I used this on top of foundation and I feel like it ended up looking a little crepey, and this is technically a skincare product. It's part of MAC's skincare section. At least when I worked there, they had it around all the skincare stuff and it wasn't really technically around makeup stuff. So I feel like this doesn't really sit on top of makeup very well, at least the last few times that I've tried it. So I'm actually gonna put this underneath my foundation and see what that looks like. I'm gonna be going into the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This is in the color 4.5 Vienna. I really liked this when I tried this out, but I've actually only worn this once because I got a lot of new foundations that I've been using recently. Like the Rare Beauty foundation has been amazing, and this one from Found I've been using. I've basically been bouncing back and forth between those two. I really want to play with this one again because I haven't used it since I used it that one day. I'm gonna pick this up on my IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. This is very unique. I feel like when you apply it, it goes on very like a thicker, creamier consistency, and then the more I blend it in, the more matte it goes and more skin-like it goes. And I always get questions about foundation on the nose, so as soon as I feel like there's not really much on the brush, it's kind of like blended out completely, whatever's left over on my brush, I'll go over on my nose and just kind of blend over top, because if I put too much product on my nose, it will get really caked up and dry. See, okay, so I feel like it's just kind of like stuck in that middle area, and I think it's because it really dried down on my hand when I went to go pick up more, so I'm having a hard time blending out the forehead, and it's looking a little crazy up there actually. I'm gonna actually take some of the Rare Beauty setting spray and spray my brush with this and see if I can, I don't know, move this product around. It looks very dry. Oh no, that looks really bad. I need to go get a makeup wipe and redo my forehead. It is like, I don't know if you can even see, but it's just like caked up. It's actually kind of doing it on my nose too. This is very weird. I don't remember this from the last time I played with this foundation. Let me go get a makeup wipe. I feel like this last week was like the first week that I really noticed that we're getting into fall with the lighting, because it is 4 o'clock and it is really getting dark already. That's the worst part about like fall and winter. I usually wake up around 6 a.m. every morning, and now it's like dark when I first wake up, and it's just really sad. I'm gonna do like no primer in those areas and see what happens. Maybe it was the primer mixed with this, maybe less product will do the trick. Much better. I don't have any primer under this. I don't know if that was it, or I'm guessing the main thing was I used a lot less product for my forehead. I can still see it though, which is weird. Maybe it's just a bad day, I don't know. Yeah, because it looks very full coverage on my forehead. I would go in with a lot less than you think because that looked really bad. Looks good now though. So I haven't used this concealer in forever and I ordered it because I remember loving it. This was like the only concealer I used to use and I really want to do a full face of MAC products. So I ordered the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NW20. If you've been following me for a while, I mean, I used to use this in every single video. So I got NW20 because that's what I normally would use. And then I also picked up NC25, which is gonna be way too yellow, but I think this is gonna be too light. So I'm gonna mix these two together. It should make the perfect concoction. So this is the NC25. I'm gonna dot. Actually not bad. It looked a lot darker. I remember the main downside of this concealer was that it was in a pump that was really hard to control, so you'd end up getting like way too much product. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like good old MAC makeup. Let's try blending this in and see what happens. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that and just a little bit of the NW20. Okay, here's it mixed together. And I'm just using a Sigma F03 brush to blend this in. I'll kind of just keep it flat like this and paint it downwards. And then once I've got it to a point where I like, then I'll kind of bring this on its side and either sweep back and forth or do little circles. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this concealer on my nose just because I feel very full coverage right now and I think I need more coverage on my nose. I'll probably regret this later because it's probably gonna cake up on me. Forgot about this concealer. I really like it. It's very full coverage. You don't need that much. I feel like I would cringe looking back at old videos of me doing my makeup because I used to apply like so much of that like I just did. But yeah, I like the formula. I miss using it. I usually use the MAC Emphasize Pro Shaping Powder, but I feel like I'm just not a lot more tan, but I'm a different shade right now. So I ordered Light Sweep. It's the same kind of powder. It's like a setting powder-ish. Not necessarily for like oil control or anything, but just for like setting makeup into place. So I might actually mix these together. This is Emphasize, this is Light Sweep, because this might be a little too peachy, but we'll see. I'm gonna put these underneath the eyes. Those two mixed together look really nice. I actually probably could just do the Light Sweep on its own. Yeah, the Light Sweep alone is actually fine. It's just the Emphasize adds a little bit more brightness. It's a very natural product. I really like it. I just like completely forgot about it. So I got this, which is for contouring, and as I see it in person, I'm curious how this color is gonna work for me. This is their sculpting powder in Bone Beige, which is very natural looking for me. They also had one, I think it was called Sculpt, but it looked like it was gonna be way too cool toned. I still wanna order it though and try it out now that I can see this one in person. I'd like to make like a full palette. I am gonna go in with the Bone Beige, but I think I wanna use a smaller brush or maybe just use it in a more broad area. So I'm gonna use the Smith 112 brush that I normally use for contouring. And I'm gonna go into the Bone Beige just with a very light hand and kind of see what the color ends up looking like. This might be more of a bronzer, but it might be a contour. I'm not totally sure. Okay, that looks really pretty. That's like a beautiful, natural, almost like a rosy toned contour. Like I think that looks really good on my skin tone. Definitely unlike any other contour color that I've tried. Bring it up here on the temple. And you can see here, this is it more natural, applied a lot lighter. And then this is more intense. So you can kind of build it up to what you prefer. Loving the Bone Beige and the Light Sweep. These are beautiful and I think they really work with my skin. Very excited about that. For blush, I think I'm gonna mix the Patrick Ta blushes in She's So LA and Do We Know Her. The She's So LA is definitely more of a nude brown bronze. And then the Do We Know Her is more pinky peachy. So I think I'm gonna go in with She's So LA first. I wanna put that everywhere. This is the Tom Ford blush brush. I used to use this all the time. I'm gonna first go into the powder. Just lightly apply this on the cheeks. And then go in with the cream. I guess the cream goes after the powder. I'm actually just gonna stick with this. I don't think I need the peachy one. I think that gave me enough color. I grabbed some powder highlighters, but I'm just really liking the highlight that's there. It's just very subtle. Depending on how dramatic the eyes go, I might add more highlighter later, but for right now, I'm fine with it, honestly. I'm gonna actually mix 4 and 3 together from the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. The 3 is a little bit warmer and it's also a little bit lighter. So I go in with that first and then I'll go in with the 4 and kind of like do detail work and intensify the color. That right there is just shade number 3 from the Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'm now gonna go in with 4 and just kind of add a little bit more depth and coolness. You can see the tone difference already. That's the 4 and the 3, and that's the 3 alone. All right, I'm gonna go into the Pro Longwear Paint Pot from MAC in the shade Painterly. Looks like this. Is just a cream color that I use for priming. You could use concealer, you can use nothing. It's totally up to you. I just go in with my finger and apply it on my lid, and then I set it with just a little bit of powder before going in with eyeshadow. And I'm just setting it with that light sweep powder that I used on my face. We can go into the Pumpkin Spice palette from Too Faced. This is what the inside looks like. I really like this one. I like this greenish color. It's kind of like a diarrhea green, and I love shades like that. All of these warm colors here look really pretty. The only thing that makes me nervous with this is that if it is scented, which it is a little bit, that can sometimes irritate my eyes. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. One of the things I love about this is that it is just all fall related, which just gives me the feels. Like I just want to use this just because of the names and things. I think I'm gonna go into Fall For It first, which is this peachy color. I'm going to use this on this new brush from Sephora. They actually sent me their brushes a while ago and I haven't used them until today. So this is the Pro Crease number 26 brush. I'm gonna bring this here in the crease. And I have no idea what I'm doing with this look. I'm kind of just playing around, bringing this underneath. And now I'm gonna go into Pumpkin Spice, which is the shade here, which I think they picked the perfect shade to be pumpkin spice in the palette, because that to me is just very pumpkin spicy. Same brush, going into Pumpkin Spice and just layering it over top of the Fall For It shade. I'm gonna go back into Fall For It just a little bit to kind of tone down that yellowy shade. I'm gonna use the same brush and go into Spice Spice Baby, which is the shade here, and just build up the outer corner. Do you guys even like pumpkin spice lattes? I do not. I like pumpkin bread. I like pumpkin pie. I like the smell of pumpkin, but pumpkin spice, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of the pumpkin spice. Bringing that underneath once everything is pretty much off of it. And then I'm gonna go into a Rephr number 13 brush, and I'm gonna go into Ginger Spice, which is the shade right here, and start working that onto the outer corner. Ooh, that's very like hot fire orange. I'm gonna go into that first shade, Fall For It, and lightly just tap that on the lid, taking a little bit of that Ginger Spice on the bottom lash line here. I'm gonna go into this Burnish gel liner from Melt Cosmetics. It's kind of like almost like a purpley brown color. And I'm just taking this on a really small brush. This is the Makeup Forever 250 brush. I'm going right at the outer upper lash line and just applying this. I don't want this to go past the iris of my eye. So I'm gonna try to taper this into just a very thin line that just kind of like disappears. So that definitely went on a little bit more like eggplanty. I really like it. I think it's really pretty and it kind of contrasts it. So I will go in with a little bit more of that Ginger Spice eventually. But first, on my Sigma LO6 brush, I'm gonna go into Cocoa Drizzle, which is this shade here. And I'm just going to kind of, I think I might mix in a little bit of Warm and Cozy too. That's got more plum in it, just a little bit though. And I'm gonna go right on the edge of this and just kind of blend out the liner just a touch. You could probably do this look without the liner, honestly, but I do think it makes it a little bit more intense and obvious that it's there. So if you wanted that more subtle, just skip the liner. I'm gonna go back into the Ginger Spice and reinforce that shade into the look. I'm gonna grab the Whipped Cream shade here on just a clean fluffy brush and apply that to the brow bone. Also gonna mix it with Fall For It and brighten up the inner lid. Also adding more of Spice Spice Baby, because I think that's kind of like that middle ground shade that kind of ties it all together. Okay, so this isn't even really noticeable, but I did just add a little bit of Sweetie Pie, which is that like diarrhea green color. Yeah, I just added a little bit here. You can't even see it, but I can notice it. I took a little bit of Crisp, this shade here, on my finger, like barely anything at all, and just pushed it in. It kind of gives like a little bit of sheen, but like not much at all. I need a highlighter for my face. I'm going to use Champagne Pop from Becca, and I'm just gonna pop this in the inner corner. I'm gonna put some nude in the waterline. This is the Anastasia Pro Pencil number 1. I like the nude because it's close to my skin tone. So whatever your skin tone is, try to find a liner that matches that because that's what's gonna make it pop. I personally just do more something close to my skin tone for my waterline. So I quickly just applied some mascara. I used the Fenty mascara and then I put on the Anastasia Fashion lashes. And now I'm just applying some bottom lash mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play mascara. This is my favorite one for the bottom lashes because it just gets every single lash. I'm gonna go into the KKW Nude 1.5 lip pencil, line and overline my lips. I kind of just like went like this, kind of just blended it all together. Let me get the outer corner better. Okay, I'm just gonna add a touch of Old Flame liquid lipstick from Dose of Colors and just apply just a dot into the middle and then blend it in. I really wanted to use a brush to get on the edges more to blend that lip liner in. So instead, what I'm gonna do is grab my Laura Mercier Saffron lip pencil and kind of go over those two. Yeah, that should help to bring those two colors together. This is the final look up close so you can see what it looks like. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I really love this lip too. I think this is gonna be a good go-to lip for fall for me. The look is definitely different than I thought it was gonna turn out. I was thinking it was gonna go more orangey, but I like that it went more just like warm, cozy. But that's everything for this tutorial today. I hope you guys enjoyed following along and are happy with the way that the look ended up turning out to look like. I think this is my favorite pumpkin spice look so far because to me, this is the most wearable, but it's still kind of dramatic. I love the lip, love the eyes, love the combo. I'm loving the face makeup. Can't wait to play with all of the new MAC stuff I got. And I can't wait to play with this palette again. I'm really loving the colors. Again, like I wasn't huge really into Too Faced for the last couple years. I love their Born This Way foundation and concealer, but everything else I've kind of just been like so-so on. But this is just very beautiful and I can't wait to use it again. Let me know what other fall videos you'd like to see from me down below in the comment section. Also, make sure to check out the description box. I put the links to every single product that I use in the video down there, as well as like everything that I'm like wearing and all that kind of crap. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you soon.